dark side, baby. Stuck inside a daydream lately. Hold me on the dark side, hold me on the dark side, only on the dark side, baby. We could take.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Allie LaForce.
And in that game, they owned the glass. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
And you could tell it was demoralizing for their opponent, missing out on all those extra possessions.
Mobley, left side. It's rebounded by Şengün. Since being drafted in 2021, Alperen Şengün has really grown his game, Richard.
Particularly his assist numbers. That's what impresses me. You can run the offense through the 6'11" Şengün. It's so impressive.
Now here's Ingram. And the shot's good.
Making things happen amongst those trees, Green. He's pretty relentless.
It's rebounded by Hendricks. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Outside for Green. Pass to Ingram. Tries again. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Utah shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Again, the miss by Ingram. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. We discussed how he wants his team to approach their matchup with Evan Mobley, and Coach said, we need to make him a jump shooter. Mobley is most effective around the rim. He's still developing his jump shot, and we need to take advantage of that. There should be a lot of resistance in the paint from his defense, BA.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Pass to Mobley. Nails the 16-footer.
Finding and taking those opportunities. Mobley does a good job of not passing up that good mid-range shot.
Number 3. First personal foul. First team foul.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. He shoots it.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
To the paint. Oh, sweet move. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Ingram can't get that one to fall.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
Here's Hendricks. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
As he gets more comfortable in unlocking his potential, we'll see Green get more comfortable in moving the ball.
And Utah calls time here. Utah making a switch here. Can't get it to drop.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
to Ingram. From the top of the key. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
Yeah, hopefully that settles him down after starting the game 0 for 6.
After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Greg.
Yeah, he scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive too. Ooh, putting on a show for the fans, going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Greg.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Now into the lineup for your home team. Ochai Agbaji.
And we've got 1:18 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Agbaji. Here's Hood-Schifino. 6 to shoot. Got a piece of it. And they'll keep possession. And Şengün gets it to go.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Tipped. Out to the right wing. Here's Agbaji. Rebounded by the Jazz.
They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there's sometimes that you miss.
Pass to Boozer. And Hood-Schifino pulls it down. 16 seconds left now in the first quarter. And it's hammered home by Green.
Let me tell you this, if you got a vertical leap of 40 inches like Green, you're just going to be able to glide to the rim like that.
Drills it from deep.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Well, good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Up by 1. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
In rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
Here's Ingram. Adebayo grabs the board. Utah trailing here. The three from Barnes. It's not going to go for him. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offense in transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. Oh, the vicious dunk by Barnes.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Here's Hood-Schifino, still without a bucket. Ball with a steal.
And in the last two possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball. And they look more confident now, putting that rough first quarter behind them.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Pass to Ingram. Leonard with the ball. That one's good on the sweet setup by Ingram. And Barnes has got the ball here for Utah. Out to Mobley. Puts up a 3. And Hood-Schifino pulls it down.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Mobley with the block.
Already a stellar defender, Mobley proving he can be relied on to anchor for this team.
Pass to Adebayo. Knocks it down from distance. Adebayo's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Jazz?
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there. In the first half, you want to stay aggressive, but you also want to be careful. That is his second foul already.
Here's Nembhard. Jones grabs the board. And the call will be against Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Coming in number 4.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second.
Number 25.
To the middle. Ball with a steal. Driving to the basket. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2. 7-point spread. Here's Hood-Schifino. Rejected by Barnes. There's Ball with a 3. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Looking to end the run. Ooh, the dunk by Smith.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers, yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. A minute 20 left to play in the half. Here's Green. Out to Leonard. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball.
Miscommunication oftentimes leads to turnovers. That's something they'll want to discuss.
Jazz leading by 13. 1:05 left in the first half. And the bucket is good.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Here's Green. Driving inside. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession. 52 seconds left in the first half of this one. Ingram.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Second chance shot. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Gets the 3 to fall. Ingram's got 5.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
down. A nice jam.
Wow. Pretty much an unbelievable slam there, B.A.
And you got that right. Pass to Leonard. Back to Green. The jump hook. And no good. And so it's the Utah Jazz. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. Back to the game after this break. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Green, one at the D. Out to Leonard. And it's Green missing. Jazz leading by 14. And a nice finish on the layup.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Pass to Hendricks. Fires from deep. Outside, Green. Leonard outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ingram. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Ingram's got 7 points.
Well, Ingram has great scoring instincts. He knows how to find shots and capitalize on them. And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Utah shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. First free throw is good. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Leonard outside. Beyond the arc. Utah grabs the miss. The ball's knocked loose. To the inside. Here's Mobley. Nifty move. Nice touch on the bank shot.
Timeout, timeout.
And the Jazz lead by 17.
The nice touch from the interior. Mobley looks very comfortable shooting from there.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Now into the lineup for the Jazz, Idris Bam Adebayo, Andrew Nembhard.
Outside, Green. The flush, Jalen Green.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 6 points for him.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Shot from the wing. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. Jazz leading by 17. And stolen by Green. And is blocked. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Leonard way outside. The dive for the ball. And they get it back. Here's Ingram.
If they want to come back, he needs to be better.
Oh, just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances. Came up empty. Yep, that one goes.
And they're rolling. 4 straight makes to start the second half.
Leonard for 3. Outside, Green. Leonard on the wing. Shot clock at 5. And here's Ingram outside. The rebound by Nembhard. Here's Utah. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin of the game.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Adebayo.
2 minutes.
And he goes in for the dunk.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
They're really working the paint now.
Right wing to stop the run. And Hendricks gets it to go. Hendricks has got 5 points.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over. The Jazz making a switch here. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. And the layup falls.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Here's Hutchefino. No points yet. It's stolen by Ingram. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Pass to Barnes. Nice move. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Here's Green. Deflected. And here comes the break. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Utah shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game. And he knocks down the first one.
Line for the Jazz. Abraham.
Good on both. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. And he drives in.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
To the left side wing. Shots blocked. And so it's Utah firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Now ball. Count the basket.
And they just continue to sharpen their offense here in the second half.
Here's Leonard. And he buries that one. Back rim and in.
That may be not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results, I guess.
Pass to Boozer. Richard, over the past few decades, we've... Oh, wow!
Okay, that sounds done.
That's what they came for. Wow.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Here's Abaji. Launches a three. The rebound by Nembhard.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Boozer misses. Outside, Green. Inside. Robbed. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Here's Boozer. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Utah.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
Well, another thing they've been doing right in this one is making the most of turnovers. Lots of points for them tonight off of them. Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
Number 13, Idris Bam Adebayo.
He can't get it to go. Pass to Ingram. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Over Okoro. The shot by Ingram, no good.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Nembhard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Tries the spin move. Here's Leonard. Adebayo grabs the board.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Here's Adebayo. It's rebounded by Şengün.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Leonard for 3. Utah grabs the miss. Pass to Adebayo. That's in. Coming off an assist from Barnes.
That's the spot where Adebayo can do the most damage.
Leonard for 3. Leonard can't get that one to fall.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is off.
Barnes goes in. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Jazz.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And give them credit for what'll be their 38th win of the year.
And even though this season series was only 2 games, a sweep is still a sweep.
There has been nothing for him this quarter. Ever since halftime, he's lost all of his touch.
Sinks the tray.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be. To be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Ball. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Here's Hendricks. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Look at Green showing some hustle on the offensive boards.
Here's Barnes. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. From deep. They get it back. Outside for Ingram. So we see the Jazz taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.